Now we proceed to frequency distribution graph, and this is another way of illustrating frequency distribution aside from a frequency table. And a frequency distribution graph is based on our frequency distribution table. Now we'll have a review of the parts of this of a graph. Okay, so we have here the typical parts. We have the y-axis and the x-axis. So the x-axis is what we call the abscissa, and y-axis is the ordinate. Okay. So along the x-axis, what we should write here, or we include as values here, are the score values. Okay. And for the y-axis, it should be the frequency that we are assigning here. Okay, so that's x-axis and y-axis. And for other researchers, just like experimental research, in along the x-axis, they are writing the scores for the independent variable, and for y-axis, it is the dependent variable. Okay, so first graph that we'll talk about is bar graph. Okay, a bar graph is appropriate for researchers with nominal data, or with nominal data or variables used in their study. Okay, so we have here an example. So in this study, a researcher counted the number of masculine themed words in jobs or in job advertisements for job areas, and they obtained this data. So we have 6 categories of job here. We have plumber, electrician, security guard, bookkeeper, nurse, and educator. And we have here the number of masculine words found in ads specific to these job areas. Okay, so for plumber, they gathered 14 words. For electrician, they found 12 words. Okay. For security guard, 17. For bookkeeper, 9. For nurse, 6 number of masculine words. And educator, 7. Okay, so we now have to create our bar graph based on this table, or frequency distribution table. Okay, so this line is, or this point is 0. And we have to divide our x-axis and y-axis based on this. So we have 6 job areas. So we have 6 values here. And so with equal units, okay, equal units in between them. Okay. And then since we have here the frequency, so we'll just decide on what number should we write here in y-axis. So since 17 is the highest score here, I decided to divide y-axis by the multiples of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. Okay, so we have here 6 also, 6 divisions of the y-axis. Okay. Okay, we have here the job area. Okay, so it's time for us to draw the graph or the bars. Okay, so for plumber, we have, for this specific graph, we should start with the highest frequency or the highest score. Okay, so we draw the highest score here, the highest frequency, which is 17 for the security guard. So we might want to rearrange this. So for security guard, for plumber, for electrician, for bookkeeper, for educator, and for nurse. Okay. So the first one, security guard, we have here 17 as the number of masculine words. So that is 2 points beyond 15. Okay, next is a plumber. This is 14, so 2 scores beyond 12. Next is electrician. We have 12 as the frequency. And we have for bookkeeper 9. And for educator, that is 7, 1 point beyond 6. And for nurse, that is exactly 6. Okay. Observe that the bars are separated from each other. Okay, they do not overlap. Okay, or they are not really close enough because our data is nominal and it is not a numerical data. Okay, it is not continuous. It cannot be continuous. Okay, so there is no quantitative relationship between the plumber, the security guard. Okay, so no one is greater than the other. Okay, that's the rationale there. So that's how you use your bar graph. Okay, and you also write here, for example, okay, our label. So job area and then number of masculine words as the frequency. Okay. Okay, so from this graph, you can see that okay, so you can see here that you can easily observe, or you can easily understand that the number of masculine words is greater for security guards. Okay, and for nurses, they just gathered 6 masculine words for or from their job advertisements or from employers' job advertisements. Okay, so that's how you read this. Okay, so it is not how great the security guard is to the other job area. Okay, it is the number of words that we are focusing here. Okay, so the number of masculine words that they gathered from their job or from the job advertisement of that specific job area. Okay, so it has no quantitative relationship to each other. Okay, so that's bar graph, since it is a nominal variable that we are measuring, or nominal data.